Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Chainbreakers. We use resources like the AA Big Book, the NA Basic Text, and Scripture, but this is not an AA or NA meeting. Our mission here is simple: life change through broken chains. We know when you get a revelation of who God is, it will cause a revolution in your life, resulting in freedom from addiction. At Chainbreakers, we go from desperation to restoration through the 12 steps and the power of Jesus Christ. It's through His power that we have become chain breakers, and we invite you to join us. If you're in the room tonight and you're not a Christian, well, okay. Check. It sounds far.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. If you're not a Christian, please know you are wanted and welcome here. You don't have to believe before you come along. We're so happy that you're in the room. Our message here is hope, freedom, and new life in Christ. And our promise is redemption, full restoration, and abundant recovery. We aim to help you build a life you don't need to escape from. We purpose to save the lost and disciple the saved through sponsorship, spiritual mentoring, recovery meetings, and fellowship activities as objectives to accomplish our mission. Our destiny is to help you reach yours. Welcome to the family. We'll pass the basket for donations to help cover weekly expenses. That includes free literature and gospels we give to patients when we take our meeting into treatment centers for H&I. If you're watching online and you would like to donate, you could click the link in the chat. What that's actually going to do, it's going to take you, we have a GoFundMe page up right now. It's up on our Chainbreakers Recovery Facebook page. And we have a GoFundMe. We're raising funds for the website for Chainbreakers Recovery, which will be the official hub. That people can come and inquire so that we can empower them to start a Chainbreakers near them. So if you would like to sew into that, the link is going to be in the chat and on our page as well. Every dollar helps. We thank you for your contributions. We encourage sponsorship. A sponsor is someone who will take you through the 12 steps. We also encourage you to get a list of phone numbers to build a support network. If you're willing and able to be a sponsor, could you please raise your hands and keep them up for a moment? Look at that. You can see one of these people after the meeting if you need a sponsor. Do we have any newcomers or visitors to the group that would like to introduce themselves? Start right here.
My name is Chantel.
Chantel, welcome Chantel.
Welcome.
I'm Chuck.
Chuck, welcome Chuck. Go ahead in the back.
I'm an addict. My name is Lauren, and I'm Joe Lincoln.
Lauren, welcome. Go ahead.
This is my wife, Nayad. I'm putting her on the spot. She didn't want to do it.
Welcome, girl. Okay, anybody else? Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome. Okay, first time guests, we invite you to bring the connection card that's on the tabletops there to that back next steps table after the meeting. We would love to give you a Chainbreakers cup to thank you for coming out and joining us tonight. It's just our way of saying thank you and welcome. If you're new here, you could also fill out that connection card on the table, or you can check in by texting Chainbreakers to the number. It's on the stands in the middle of the table, or you can check in on the app. What this does is it helps us serve you. One of the ways we like to serve you here is through the ministry of prayer. So by checking in, it prints out a list of names of those who have checked in so that we can pray for you by name throughout the week. So we encourage you, all you got to do is send a text message to receive prayer. If you do have more specific requests, there's also a prayer request section at the bottom of the card, and you can just write it down and put it in the basket as it goes around. Lastly, if you need prayer tonight, you could see us at that back next steps table as well. Don't leave here with a burden. Leave it at the altar where it can actually change the situation, and we have people that are happy and willing to pray for you tonight and pray over you. If you find it difficult connecting, just check off the box on that card that says someone reach out to me. We know it's awkward, the cold calls, like, will you be my friend? Yes, no. So we will help break that ice because we've all been there. And of course, all these tools are optional. We fully respect your decision to remain anonymous. If you want to get involved, awesome. If you don't want to get involved, you know what we say here at Chainbreakers,
Get involved anyway.
To make Chainbreakers your home group and get a commitment, you can sign up at the next steps table or find any home group member. Could home group members please raise those hands? Thank you for your service. Okay. Let's see. Yes, we invite you really to swing back. You can also sign up for baptism or Sunday serving opportunities, so we encourage you if you want to get involved to see us back there. We have one additional ministry announcement. Next week is going to be our Christmas party. It's going to take place during the meeting time. We're going to have just a short recovery Christmas message and some Christmas music and fun and fellowship and music. So we invite you to come on out. We would love to celebrate this holiday season with you. The following week, December is Christmas Eve, the Wednesday. So there will be no meeting. We rarely ever don't have our meeting, but there's going to be church services going on. So if you need somewhere to go, services are at 6 and 8, and the Christmas service is amazing. So, and it's right through the sanctuary doors. Lastly, welcome to our Global Family Online. If you're new, let us know where you're watching from so we can welcome you. And let's see here. My name is Angelina, and I am a recovered, redeemed, and delivered addict and alcoholic.
Hi, Angelina.
Hello, I did forget one more thing. I'm going to pass around this Christmas, thank you, girl. It takes a village to keep me on track. This is the sign-up sheet. If you want to bring an app, a dessert, food, anything for the Christmas party, just put your name and number there, and Renee will get it taken care of there. So I'm really excited tonight. I am super excited to hear Kelly's testimony. I've heard it many times, and every time I hear it, I walk away feeling like my soul has been fed. She's real and vulnerable, and that's part of the reason why I love Kelly so much. I know I can always go to her and she'll tell me how it is, and that's something that I love about you. I have the honor and privilege of being able to sponsor Kelly for 6 years? 5 years. And it has been my honor and my privilege. And I'm just so grateful that God allowed me to witness this beautiful transformation in this woman. The woman that is sitting here tonight is not the woman that I met. And it's miraculous, and it goes to show that God is alive. He's still living. He's still working miracles. And so if you're in the room tonight and you're struggling, I want you to know that you're not alone. You're seen, you're heard. We've been there. But the more important thing is we know the way out. And that's what Kelly is. That's what God has done through Kelly, truly. And, it's just such a pleasure to serve alongside you and co-labor for the kingdom, for other people. So I'm so excited for you guys to hear Kelly's testimony, because on Monday she celebrated 6 years sober. All right, girl, mic's all you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kelly, and I'm an alcoholic and an addict. Delivered, redeemed, and restored.
That's right.
And transformed, really. Normally I go into this whole backlog of my life. We're not going to do that tonight. But I will tell you about my experience, my strength, and my hope. My experience, as a child, I used to go to church when I was 5 till I was 14, put down church, and decided that I was going to go drink and smoke pot with my best friend. Within 2 years of that, I went downhill from a straight A student to straight F, except for an honors English, because I love English. But, and that's where it all began, right? Growing up, I was the person that on the report card it said, Kelly talks too much, right? I was the person that was at the chalkboard writing, I will not talk 100 times, right? And, that's who I was, right? And so I got on a lot of people's nerves, because all I did was ask questions constantly. Hey, look at this, look at that. The squirrel, it was a lot. So I learned to kind of be quiet in front of people. I had to be quiet around. And I was loud and crazy around people I could be, right? And my parents were divorced. That's not what makes me an alcoholic or an addict, okay? It's my thinking and the way I perceive situations, people, places, and things, right? The only thing is my perceptions are in my own voice. So I can never tell. My first thought is always trash. Most of the time back then. And so, you know, like I said, I started at 14 years old. And they say that, you know, your frontal lobe doesn't progress after that. That's where you're stuck. So I was stuck there until I was 41, people. At 40, you know, I went through a lot when I was out there with my experience. I'm like a woman at the well. I was engaged 8 times, married 4 times. I can not have a stable relationship. Most of my relationships, well, all of them actually, were never with anybody that believed in God. And always internally, and if they did believe, they didn't like live a lifestyle of believing in God. Didn't go to church, didn't do anything like that. And I thought, how am I going to do this with this person, right? The first one. We had a son together and everything, and how am I going to do this? Like, I want to get, you know, to being dedicated. I want to raise them, you know, going to church. And because my first son, Matthew, wanted to go to church. But his father was just like, you don't have to go. And I would go and sneak out and take him to church every once in a while. But, and so I knew, like, for a long time that I had that belief, right, that truth inside of me. You know, a lot of things happened along the way. I've been arrested with 13 counts of perjury and, what's it called? When you hide people in the house and lie about it. Anyway.
How does no one in this room not know? That's what I want to know.
So like the Winslow Township Police Department came and knocked my door down and everything else for that one. But you know, and during all this, you know, I drank and I was doing drugs, but I was just like, yeah, everything's fine. I still have a job, I still work, I still pay my rent, I have a car. Like, I'm thinking, it's cool. My son goes to my dad's house on the weekends. He's not here when I'm acting like this, so it's all good. No, mothers do not act like that. They shouldn't act like that, at least, right? Woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? But anyway, so, you know, and that theme pretty much followed me through my life, right? I divorced him because he was kind of in a gang, and I didn't want my son to have that mindset because I didn't agree with it. And like his friends would come over and be like, how can you be friends with these people? How can you like them? What do you do? And I'd be like, because I do, I love them, they're my friends. Like, what are you talking about? And I thought, I don't want my son to grow up with this thinking. So I divorced him, and then, you know, I met someone else. I had another son, Christopher, but all the while, right, it just didn't seem right. Then my brother opened a bar. I grew up in a bar too, by the way. My father owned a bar. And then my brother bought the bar, and he was like, "Hey, you want to become a bartender?" What do you think my answer was? Hell yeah! I become a bartender. Oh, there's apartments upstairs at the bar, and I can stay there? Yes. Sign me up. Right? So there was a lot of issues with that too. And, you know, the feds would come and like shake down our bar, and my brother would escape out the back door and leave me, you know, and he'd be like, take care of it. And then I'll stand there going, and he'd say, just act blonde. And my dad and my brother used to call me, tell me I was a blonde. I had really dark hair. And they used to tell me I had blonde roots.